Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, wherever in the world you are now, and welcome to Right Stuff with Asha. As I said in my first podcast last week, it can be WRITE stuff, and that will be on days when I'll be speaking to you about things related to writing mainly. And it can also be RIGHT stuff. And those will be on occasions when I speak to you about things related to life, things that motivate and inspire us and make us put our best foot forward in our pursuit of success, excellence, happiness, peace, and all things that make life worthwhile. But in today's podcast, I'm going to speak to you about the WRITE stuff. It is one of the most fundamental things that we must have as writers. And let me add, it is also one of those things that we tend to overlook. If someone asks me the question, what makes a good writer? It's not easy for me to answer in one line because there are too many factors that determine the value and the worth of a writer. But this one thing that I'm going to speak to you today about is the most important of them all. Let me tell you a story. At the time of setting out to become an author, several years ago, nearly 2.5 decades ago, all that I wanted to achieve was to have a number of books on my name, all the books lined up on the shelves in the bookstalls. And we hadn't thought of ebooks at that point in time. So I had pictured myself being featured everywhere. I had become this overnight best-selling author. I had become well known and people would recognize me and run after me for my autograph. Those were the very dreamy pictures, the imagined world of a wannabe author was like. That's what I had aspired to be. That's what I had wanted to be when I decided that I wanted to write and become an author. Little did I know that I was starting on the wrong foot. That was not what being a writer was all about. And that is one mistake that most aspiring writers make even today. To be an author, especially a published author, means to be well known, to be praised, to win accolades, and to be out there in the open for all to see and applaud. We have begun to give too much importance to these external factors that motivate us. But then there is something more to becoming a better writer than what we are today. Yes, of course, we are all good writers. But what makes us a better writer is this one thing that I'm going to speak to you about, and that is connection. It took a long time for me to realize that what I wanted to be was not just an author. What I wanted to be was not just to use my words to express myself, but to use these skills in a very effective way and an impactful way, and to add value to whatever I was doing so that it benefits somebody else. It benefits my audience, my readers, and whoever comes across a piece of writing that I have done. To be very honest, it was something that I learned over a period of time when I didn't see success in the same way as I had dreamt of. I didn't become an overnight best-selling author. I didn't become a sensation. I didn't become an award winning author. I didn't have crowds flocking around me. But then, what the years of consistent writing taught me was this: keep writing things that your readers want you to write. I established a connection with my readers and my audience with my persistent writing. And over a period of time, I realized the importance of making connections with people that you cater your services to. Writing became a service that I wanted to give out to people. It wasn't any more a task, it wasn't any more an ambitious plan, and it didn't even look like something that I wanted to do for my own sake. I realized that I wanted to write because I wanted to document human experiences. And those were common human experiences, as I realized, as I saw around me. I saw that there was a little bit of me in everyone. I saw that there was a little bit of everyone in me, and we all had common human stories. That's what I wanted to highlight. That's where the connection was established between me and my readers. And even today, when I write a piece of a blog post or a story or an essay, I always tend to think, what will my readers expect of me? I have established a voice, I have established a certain style, I have established something that my readers are conversant with my writing. And there is something that my readers expect of me. And it is not about selling my soul, it is about connecting with the soul of my readers. And that's where you build a community where there is exchange of thoughts. Your writing is not about you. Your writing is about your readers. Your writings are not monologues, they are dialogues. They are silent dialogues that you hold with your readers and your audience. The day you realize that this is what your primary objective of being a writer is, you have crossed all hurdles towards becoming a good writer, a successful writer. Successful not in terms of the accolades or the fame, but successful in terms of your objective, in terms of your vision to be a valuable contributor of ideas, thoughts, and stories to your readers. Therefore, what we need to understand first, even before we put our pen on paper, is to consider if that piece of writing is going to connect with your readers. Let's not try to plug our stories on anyone. Let's not try to impose our ideas and thoughts and belief systems on someone because we think they are right. Of course, our writings are about our emotions, our thoughts, and our feelings. But when we think unilaterally about us alone, our writings tend to become lonely pillars without a roof. Our readers are our roof, and we have no meaning or existence as writers unless there is a roof that covers the pillars. So this connection is the most important thing that we must establish, and we must aim to establish even before we have aspired to become a famous, well-known author. All those things will follow or they may not. But then our aim, our objective in our journey of this writing is to connect and to give something of value to all our readers. If you liked what you just heard, and if you would like to hear more from me on either WRITE stuff or RIGHT stuff, please visit me on my website www.ashaiyerkumar.com, where you will have access to my blogs, my videos, and my podcast. Until I speak to you next week again, keep glowing, keep growing, and God bless.